Hello, everybody. Today I'm doing a book haul for all the books I bought in 2019. Actually, I never ended up doing a haul in 2019 or for 2019 after I started my channel. And I wanted to do some book hauls for the books I bought recently, but I thought maybe I should start in 2019 because I actually, as you know, I got into reading in 2019. Then you would know all of the books I have. That's why I'm doing the 2019 book haul today. I think there are over 30 books in this haul, so let's get started. The first order I gave for books was actually when I didn't know what kind of books I was into, so I had only read one or two thrillers, and the one I really enjoyed was a YA thriller called We Were Liars, which I got from a cousin. I already was into BookTube at that time, so I was mainly watching the popular BookTubers who mainly read YA, and that's what inspired me to get a lot of these books. Obviously, my preferences in reading changed a lot, so as we will go on towards the end of 2019, you will see that the kind of books I get will be a bit different. But the first few books that I got, the first is The Complete Alice. So this is a collection of Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. This is a special edition, which I really, really adored. I think Haley in Bookland actually, showed off this edition when it came out, and I really, really liked it. And I think this isn't even that expensive for the fact that it is this beautiful with these straight edges. So that's what I got. I haven't read this yet. I think I will read this quite soon. I can show you maybe. The writing in this book isn't really that big, and you have a lot of pictures, so this seems like you can read it pretty quickly. I may get into this quite soon. But that's the first one I have. What I got as well, was the DC Icon series. So these are actually 4 companion novels about 4 different superheroes: Wonder Woman, Batman, Catwoman, and Superman. And I bought this because, as I said, I was just getting into reading, so I thought maybe something about superheroes would be what would be more accessible to me. I didn't end up reading these books yet. I do still plan on reading them, especially because the 4 authors that wrote these, 3 of them are really authors that I want to check out soon. So I think I may pick up Wonder Woman quite soon and maybe work my way through this series. Another one I got is Because You Love to Hate Me. This is actually a collection of short stories and the way this works is like there are, I think, 13 authors and 13 booktubers who each paired up, and so the author writes a story, and I think then the booktuber has kind of an essay kind of about the story. So that's something I really got because I was really interested in booktube, and some of my favorite booktubers at the time were in this. I think I think Jesse the Reader and Poland Bananas Books and a lot of other booktubers are part of this. So that's why I got this one. Again, I have not read this before. I think I will do this. I don't know when I will get to this, but this is something that's really interesting because this is actually all about villains. So it will be interesting to see how these different authors, which are also like pretty well-known YA authors, how they will approach this. Another book I got is actually A Very Large Expanse of Sea. I don't have that one on me right now because I actually gave it to a cousin. So that one I don't have right now. I actually read that one and really, really enjoyed it. So if you haven't checked that out, read it. It's a YA contemporary, and personally I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you're mainly into fantasy, if you will enjoy it, but personally I think it's a really nice YA contemporary. And similar to that, I also got Again But Better by Christine Riccio, who is obviously Poland Bananas Books on BookTube. I got her book when it came out, and I actually also quite enjoyed that one. I wouldn't say it was a great book, but I personally think it was a really good debut novel. If you like Christine and you like her channel, I would suggest you check this book out. The next one I have is the Hunger Games trilogy. So this is a box set of the Hunger Games, and I got this as well. This was one of the series I really, really wanted to get into once I got into reading, because obviously when I was a teen, this was really, really popular, and I never read it, and I actually hadn't seen the movies either. So I already read these 3 books, and I also did reviews for them recently, and you can check the reviews out. I will link my Hunger Games playlist in the info cards above. I really enjoyed this. I especially enjoyed the first 2 books. The third is a bit meh, but Yeah, that's something I read. And similar to Hunger Games, I got another series that yeah, if I was a reader as a child, I would have gotten to that. I actually had the first book of this series on my shelf for a while. I picked it up a few times, but I don't think I ever read it to the end. At least I don't remember. But I really love the movies of this series, and obviously I'm talking about the Harry Potter series. Yeah, this is obviously the one that once I got into reading, I knew, okay, I need to check these out. I am a really big fan of the movies. I wanted to check these out. I actually ended up reading the first 3 books last year. I haven't continued yet, but I am planning to continue this year. I don't know when, but I have to read the last 4 yet. I will do reviews for these once I get there. All right, so this was actually like I think the first order I put out. I think I got crazy once I got into reading. I was like, okay, I have to check out all these books, and as you can see, I didn't read all of them. I read a few. What happened then is I actually got into Game of Thrones, and I really adored that TV show. Obviously, the last season wasn't as good as it should have been. When the last season ended, I knew I had to pick up the books, so I went ahead and bought all 5 of the A Song of Ice and Fire books, as well as the bind-up of the prequel novellas, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. And I'm actually on book 4 right now, and I'm through 2/3 of the way through the novellas. I'm really enjoying this series. This is, I think, A Game of Thrones and A Clash of Kings were my favorite books of last year. A Storm of Swords is basically my favorite book of this year, and probably the best book I've read yet. And I think it will be hard to beat. Yeah, I'm pretty far into A Feast for Crows, and I will be reading A Dance with Dragons also soon. I may take a break between A Feast for Crows and A Dance with Dragons, but this is a series that I really, really love, and this is actually what really hooked me into epic fantasy, and that's how I actually discovered a lot of my favorite booktubers, like Daniel Green, Murphy Napier, Mike's Book Reviews. Reading A Song of Ice and Fire really shifted my interest in reading towards epic fantasy. Also, another book I got after I read Hunger Games, I was like, I want to read another dystopian, and I was really interested in reading Internment by Samira Ahmed. I have not picked up this book yet. I want to read this actually quite soon. I don't know how soon, but this is still something I'm interested in. I think this is also a YA dystopian. I think I will read this, but I don't know when. Then I also got the His Dark Materials trilogy. So this is one I got mainly because the TV show was coming out and I was interested to read the books first. I ended up reading the first book. I quite enjoyed it. I will be doing a review for it before I go into book 2. I have been planning to read book 2 for a few months, but I have been putting it off, so I don't know when I will get to it. As far as I know, you're supposed to read at least the first 2 books before you watch the first season of the show, so I haven't seen the show actually. But this is something I really enjoyed. Book 1, especially the last 2/3 were really good. It had some pacing issues in the beginning, but I will continue and finish this series hopefully quite soon. Along with that, I still wanted to get some contemporary and non-fantasy books. What I did is I went ahead and got 2 of Nicola Yoon's books, Everything, Everything, and The Sun Is Also a Star. These are YA contemporary books, which I've read both, and I really enjoyed both of these. I think The Sun Is Also a Star is a little bit better than Everything, but I would highly recommend that if you are into YA contemporary, and even if you are not, I think these are books that I think a lot of people might enjoy. Nicola Yoon's books, these are actually the only 2 she has published, and I am looking forward to her publishing more because I will pick up the books that she publishes as well. I actually also bought David Yoon's book, Thank Me in Love, in 2020, which I hope I will read soon as well. And another thing another non-fantasy book I got is The 40 Rules of Love. This is actually one of the favorite books of one of my friends, and he highly recommended it. I am reading this currently. I have it on hold. I am about 100 pages into this. I'm not in the mood for reading this right now, so I have been putting it off a bit. I stopped at a pretty good point where you could stop, so I will be continuing this for sure. I don't know when. This is a literary fiction book, so it isn't the easiest read, so I actually picked it up kind of as a palate cleanser for my fantasy books, and for that, this isn't the best thing, but I do still plan on reading this. And the last books I got in 2019, also related to the TV show coming out, are the first 4 books in the Witcher series. So the first 2 short story collections, The Last Wish and Sword of Destiny, and then the first 2 novels, which are Blood of Elves and Time of Contempt. I have read the first 3 of these. and I enjoyed all of them. I really enjoyed the short stories, and I think Blood of Elves was also a solid entry for a novel. These I got because of the TV show that was coming out, and yeah, my interest in The Witcher obviously got reignited again. So I actually played a little bit of Witcher 3 when it came out, but I never got too deep into the game because I went to university a few months after it came out. I didn't end up playing that a lot, but I do plan on reading the series and then maybe going into the games as well. And yeah, I will be reading Time of Contempt kind of soon. I am taking a break from the series a bit because I do feel like I burn out a little bit quickly, especially on this series. These are all the books I got. I don't think I can get them in one shot. So yeah, these and this, these are all the books I got in 2019. I will be doing book hauls for the 2020 books I get, and also for the Kindle books I got recently. So if you want to talk about any of these books with me, let me know in the comments down below. If you want me to read any of these that I haven't yet, also let me know down below. Yeah, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a subscribe, hit the notify bell. Yeah, check out my other videos. Some of them should have popped up on the screen right now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.